Hi guys, welcome to this session of LibreOffice Base, a free and open-source database development and administration tool for relational database management systems. A relational database is defined as a collection of related tables. Related tables are linked by common field or an attribute. A relational DBMS is a software used to store, maintain, and query selected retrieval data from the relational database. Example: MS Access for personal databases. MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Sybase, Oracle are commercial RDBMS used in large organizations. OpenOffice.org and was first released as version 3.4.0.1 on October 4, 2011. It is a free and open-source database development and administration tool for relational database management systems. Base is able to work with both embedded and external database files. Recall: it is a free and open-source database development and administration tool for relational database management systems. Base is able to work with both embedded and external database files. Base is able to work with both embedded and external database files. It is used to create database, tables, and database. Database object. A database object in a relational database is a data structure used to either store or reference data. Remember, a database object in a relational database is a data structure used to either store or reference data. The most common object that people interact with is the table. Also, tables, queries, forms, and reports are database objects. The most common object that people interact with is the table. Also, tables, queries, forms, and reports are database objects. Let's learn creating database tables to store data about an entity with Base. Let's learn creating database tables to store data about an entity with Base from LibreOffice. Recall: Base is able to work with both embedded and external database files. LibreOffice is similar to MS Office. Base is similar to MS Access, the personal RDBMS, to create database application. Let's select Base from available list of software in LibreOffice. The displayed dialog box is used to either select and open existing database or create a new database. Let's create a new database with name StudentDB. The StudentDB database is created in the Documents folder by default. Once the database is created, the window displayed dows the different database objects, table, queries, forms, and reports, as can be observed from the screen. The empty database is created. The basic database object is to be created to store data in the database. Let's create the student table in the database created. It can be created either in Design View or by using Wizard in Database created in the previous state. The table can be created by specifying fields, attributes name with the data type of data to be stored in the column. Recall, the type of data value that will be stored in the database is defined by its data type. Important to know the different types of data helps to ensure that each property's value is as expected and that data are collected in the correct format. The drop-down list shows the available data types in base. A primary key is to be defined to identify a record from a set of given records and avoid duplication of a record. Recall primary key, a field or an attribute in a table or a relation having a unique value, and it can be used to identify a given record from a given set of records. Example, roll of a student is a unique value. No two students can have the same roll. An empty table student with 3 fields. Now, let's create data entry form to accept data from user and store it in relational database. Recall, forms are data entry forms used to enter validated data in the table. It is an interface that accepts data from the data entry operator and insert accepted data after validation in the table. A form in base is created with the wizard. A wizard is a series of dialog boxes which ask certain questions, and on the basis of answers, generates the form. Please watch it carefully and practice it to master it. Select the table, here student, for which the data entry form is required. Let's use the subform to display the records of the student table and main form to accept fields from the table to display the data on the subform. This dialog box is used when data is to fetch from join table by the primary and foreign key. Using this dialog box, one can define the look and feel of the form, i.e., how data is to be displayed on subform or the GUI controls to accept data. Select the data entry mode to customize the form being created. Now select the style required for the form being created. Give a suitable name for the form. Then it can be opened in either data entry mode or can be further customized. Here the data entry form is created by the wizard, and now it can be used to enter data in the table as demonstrated here. Let's enter some records in the student table and try to observe the different controls on the form to add or insert new record. Delete an existing record from the table. Traversing different records from the table. The form displays controls for new records. Save new record. Observe the entered records are displayed on the subform. The main form is used accept new record. It also displays the current record. The controls as can be seen for moving to first record, last record, and previous and next record in the table. Database contains data and not information. Data, by default, is not meaningful, but once processed becomes information. Information is meaningful. It is used by the top-level management to take decisions to achieve the targets of the organization. Information is presented in the form of report. Let's learn developing a report from Wizard, as we have created the form by Wizard. Select fields, i.e. data, to be displayed in the report. A report can group data on a given field or group of fields. The data being presented in the report can also be sorted on one or more field of the table. Here, customize the look and the feel of the report. Specify the title of the report. Then open to either display it or to modify it. Here is the sample report displaying the data from the student table. A query is used to display selected data on the screen. Let's learn to create a database object query to display the roll no and name of the students. Now, let's create the query with the help of Wizard as can seen and observed. Here, conditions can be specified to get the selected data only, i.e. those records and columns required in the result set. The query created displays the selected data. Now it can be observed and seen the database objects created in the demonstration. One can now jump between different database objects to check and view them. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment on it. For details, please visit my blog.